Let me start off with something nice, something good. That was some cricket match last night. Both sides scored well over 300, but India's brilliance had it in the box seat all along. And the huge number of Indian supporters in the British crowd made it seem like a home match for India. It certainly was a cauldron. And as you'd expect, there was a lot of booing and jeering from the crowd for the former Australian Test captain Steve Smith back in the game after a year out for that ball tampering scandal. Indian captain Virat Kohli stepped in and he appealed to the crowd to applaud Smith as he fielded near the boundary to show him due respect. It was a terrific act of sportsmanship by Kohli that was obviously appreciated by Smith as they embraced at the centre. Kohli and Smith, the two best batsmen in the world, and a moment of camaraderie and class to be savoured in the sporting world. Now to global affairs, and I want to mention the protests yesterday in Hong Kong because this is important and worrying. Australia has a huge stake in the stability of China and our region, and to have the people of Hong Kong standing up to Beijing in this way is highly significant. They're protesting against legal changes that would see the possibility of people in the former British colony being extradited for trial in mainland China. What for decades has been one China, two systems would suddenly be closer to one system. And no wonder the people of Hong Kong are worried. Do they prevail or does Beijing impose its will? There are going to be great ramifications either way, and it's something we need to keep a very close eye on. And back home, the Queen's birthday honours list. There are lots of worthy recipients, from Ida Buttrose to Hugh Jackman, from Eric Bana and Sigrid Thornton to Jonathan Thurston, and a host of people, of course, we've never heard of doing great things in their field or in their communities. Wonderful. I don't mind the politicians being honoured either, I suppose. Nick Minchin got a gong, and so did Kevin Rudd. Good on them. But there's one award today that demonstrates to me better than any other how the political media class that loves to shower itself with praise is so far removed from mainstream Australia that it sometimes seems to be doing battle with the same country. One award went to commentator Jane Caro, who's an ABC favourite, tends to jump on television and radio to share views about any of the fashion or left causes. It might be climate change, feminism, border protection, always tilting at the conservative or mainstream view of the world. Fair enough, it's a free world, although the ABC and the media generally are hardly short of this sort of sloganeering. And on election night, Caro issued this tweet about how the country was effed, and probably the planet too, and how she was at a cool wedding and would just stick up her fingers at the truculent turds who, in her view, had sent the country backwards. Well, those so-called truculent turds are the majority of Australians, Jane. Mainstream people, the quiet Australians, the people in whose name Caro was honoured. It seems just a little ironic, doesn't it, that you would show such disdain for mainstream Australians. Place yourself in some deluded position of moral superiority and then accept an award in their name. Ironic, but not entirely unexpected, of course. To all the award recipients today, congratulations. What a great honour. Remember, you've been recognised by a nation that is the equal of any on the planet. Our past might not be unblemished, but it is enviable. We have an unrivalled, harmonious present with a population full of wisdom and opportunity, and we certainly have a promising future. Award recipients have every reason to be grateful and respectful towards this great country and its people.